Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome once again to Booking a Better Wrestler, the show where we take a wrestler from WWE's roster and see if we can do a better job with them. My name is Paul Laporte, and this may be a little bit of a shorter episode today because I have been kind of battling a perpetual sickness all week. Also, forgive if there's any clicking because I'm sucking on a cough drop to prevent myself from choking as I record this. So we've taken a look at a lot of different wrestlers here, but we haven't done too much with NXT's roster. I'm going to buck that trend a little bit today by taking a look at none other than the Drifter, Elias Samson. So currently he's doing this gimmick where he is a beggar or a musician or something in NXT. The gimmick hasn't really been very well defined, and it's just not getting over with audiences. When I was at the NXT show in Albany, he was wildly booed. Now, granted, he was wrestling Sami Zayn, but I think he would have been regardless of where he was. He was booed probably more than anybody else on the show, save for Ava Marie. Ironically enough, the other NXT talent we've taken a look so far at on Booking a Better Wrestler. Elias Samson just kind of signifies a problem to me. It seems that in NXT, if you're not an indie darling or if you don't have some sort of quirky or funny gimmick, you're just flat out rejected by the fans. I mean, let's take a look at previous examples. Baron Corbin, Bull Dempsey. I mean, both of those guys kind of in a similar vein to Elias Samson, but just didn't get over until they changed things up a little bit or went kind of the more comedy route like Bull Dempsey did. I think in order to get Samson over to the NXT crowd, they need to see Elias Samson as an equal to their favorites. Right now, they see him for what he is just kind of like a new guy, a jobber that was finally given a gimmick, and they're kind of rejecting him because of that. I think in order to have him seen as an equal, they should put him in a long-term feud with one of these people that is seen as a darling to the fans. Fortunately, we have a newcomer to NXT in Austin Aries. Austin doesn't currently have any built-in feuds with the people who are in NXT. I mean, obviously he has history with guys like Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn, but let's steer him away from them for now. And instead of using the homegrown talent to build up the indie stars, let's do that in reverse. So this program is going to start off when Austin Aries finishes up a match, and then he's just bum-rushed by Samson, and he's violently beaten. He's run into the barricades, the steps, so on and so forth. Elias throws him into the ring, hits his snap neck breaker, and leaves without saying a word. Later on in the night, they play the promo that they've been playing with Samson singing his song for the past few weeks, months now, and it ends the same way it always does. What we have are masqueraders, what we need are liberators, and so on. Next week, Austin Aries is interviewed backstage, and he responds to Samson. And he says that all Samson had to do if he wanted to fight was ask one, but now he's got Aries pissed off. Aries is going to carry the mic work in this feud because he is an excellent talker, so we're going to use that to our advantage. Before he can finish his promo, he's interrupted by Samson, and the two brawl backstage. This time, Austin meets him blow for blow, and the two need to be pulled apart by staff and other wrestlers backstage. After that, a match is made for the following week, Elias Samson versus Austin Aries. The two face off in the main event of the show, and they're given a good amount of time, about 15 to 20 minutes. And then when all is said and done, Elias Samson wins clean. This is going to shock and upset the crowd, and afterward people are going to complain about Austin Aries being buried, and the hate for Samson is probably going to grow even deeper, but the point here is to establish Samson as a real credible threat. The following week, Samson comes out to the ring and he cuts a promo. It's the first real time he's addressed the audience. The first lines of his promo are, "What we have are masqueraders. What we need are liberators." And then he asked the audience who they thought he was referring to. He goes on to explain that he's been in NXT for 3 years, and in that time he's seen person after person walk through that door, people who used to claim that they were too good for this place, people who everyone fondly remember in the independent circuits, and then they get spots right at the top of the card. But those people that they were, they're not who they are now. They're relics. They're old, they're worn down by their past, and their time has come. And he's going to prove it once and for all to these people in Dallas. Now, obviously, the NXT Dallas card has already been set, but they usually tape a week or two of TV from Dallas or wherever they're doing the TakeOver Live special to show after the main card, and this could be one of those matches. Austin Aries versus Elias Samson Part 2. Again, Austin is going to be doing the legwork on the mic for this feud, and the tension between him and Elias is just going to continue to escalate. They're going to be, in the weeks leading up to the show, interfering in each other's matches. There's going to be backstage confrontations, so on and so forth, until the two finally face off in Dallas, where they have another hard-fought contest, and Elias Samson wins again. Okay, so at this point, even the people listening to this, even you guys at home, are probably skeptical that jobbing Aries out twice in a row clean in his first feud in NXT is a good idea. But here's the thing. These losses aren't going to hurt Austin Aries. He's made his name, he's incredibly talented, and he's still going to have the love and respect of the crowd after this feud is over. Also, he's 37 years old. I, along with most people, wishes he made it to WWE 10 years sooner, but he hasn't. And I think a good way to use him now would be to build up some of the younger talent. Also, it's not going to be seen as an embarrassing loss if they keep the momentum going with Samson and not just let it fizzle out, and that's what I would plan to do with him. Following his victory over Aries, Samson comes out and says that he's done exactly what he would do. He's proven everyone that he's not someone to be taken lightly. He's toppled one of the top names in wrestling, and now that he's done that, he's going to move on to his next target, Shinsuke Nakamura. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of Booking a Better Wrestler. I know this is a little bit shorter episode than we usually do, but again, not feeling so great, and I kind of wanted to leave this one on a cliffhanger, just giving you the idea that I think NXT needs to work towards building their homegrown guys a little bit more, instead of using their homegrown talent to get over the independent stars. I hope you enjoyed the show again. Be sure to check out all of our other shows. We have Time Warp on Monday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have Changing the Questions. Of course, on Wednesdays, it's Booking About a Wrestler. And on Fridays, it's Let's Play TEW. Also, be sure to check out our brand new website, www.changingtheqs.com. That's changingtheqs.com, where we have all of our podcasts and videos on there, as well as some additional articles we've done. I actually did a retrospective article looking back at the first live special for NXT, the NXT Arrival show, and how all those wrestlers have kind of done since then. Mike Miner did a great article on War Games and why WWE should bring that back, and we're going to have more content that's going to be exclusive to the website going up there, so head on over there, changingtheqs.com. Also, if you want to leave us any feedback, you can do so either on Twitter, same thing, the handle @ChangingTheQs, which is @ChangingTheQS, or you can send us an email, changingthequestions@gmail.com. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, just search for Changing the Questions there, and that's it. I'm out of plugs, I'm out of voice, so that's going to wrap it up. Thank you again so much for listening. We'll see you again soon.